Bonjour Linnete.
Bonjour Hanan.
Comment ça va ce lundi?
Ça va très bien.
Oui.
Ça va très bien.
Hi.
How are you?
Vous nous parlez des cheveux naturels aujourd'hui. C'est une vraie tendance.
Yeah, before we talk about natural hair movement, today, just the topic that we've just been discussing with in the Grand Angle segment today about
The
ornaments.
Nicole Carol.
Yes. So our viewers should keep it tuned because we will also be looking at ornaments made in Africa for Africans and that are used all over the world. I'm talking about the Maasai ornaments. So we'll be speaking about that in our coming editions. So today, now, this is Karasha's segment. We focus on what has been making the headlines in South Africa. So what has been happening? The controversy surrounding the natural hair at the Pretoria Girls High School. So the school administration told the girls to chemically straighten their hair. So for months, these girls have been prohibited from having afros, bantu knots, dreadlocks, and braids. Yes, we spoke about this in the last week in the morning call. So apart from just banning them or prohibiting them from having natural hair or to have straightened hair in school, they were also banned from speaking their own Afrikaans language in school, and this is
I think I was taught in mother tongue when I was in primary school, and it was mandatory you score an A in speaking your own mother tongue and identify with it.
C'est particulier en Afrique du Sud parce qu'on a beaucoup maté les cultures propres des Noirs.
So there's so many cultures. So there's been outrage not only in the country but also all over the world that has even taken to social media under the hashtag Stop Racism at Pretoria Girls High School in the past few days. So the message, I think, the message that should be taken out there is that the African continent is rich in culture with over 3,000 native languages. And South Africa alone has 11 official languages. So really, preventing people to speak their own language, this mentality should change.
It's a little bit awkward.
Yes, it should change.
Awkward.
And you know, it's a little bit. So it's really, even the school administrations all over the continent should change this habit, because it's not only the let me say, it's not only white administrators who do this, but even our own, the Africans themselves, they have this tendency of putting school rules that tell the students, you are not allowed to speak a certain language. We're not saying it's bad to speak English, to speak these other languages, speaking other languages, but these are our languages. So how does this come handy today with our This is Culture segment? Today we're talking about the African natural hair, the dense, if you like, thick, kinky, spiraled, nappy, woolly, yes, woolly black hair. So that's hair without chemical relaxer products that tend to straighten the hair. So this is how the African hair looks like. In early African civilizations, hairstyles indicated a person's family, background, tribe, and social status. For example, in the wall of community, that's the modern Senegal, modern Gambia.
That's my favorite, man.
Yeah, so when they went to war, they wore braided styles, while women in mourning would either not do their hair or adopt a subdued style. So young women also in the wall of community also shave a portion of their hair to show, to tell the bachelors out there, you know what, we are single and we're ready for picking. You know what that means? Yes. So Africans knew they had beautiful hair, spending hours to wash, oil, comb, to ensure it remained healthy. And they used elaborate combs, brushes, and ornaments like cowrie shells to just highlight the beauty of their hair. So natural black hairstyles come in different styles. We have dreadlocks, like the one you've seen on Bob Marley. We also have bantu knots, and it shows our creativity. And we also have the big chops, like the one that I've been having, and even Lupita Nyong'o is having the big chop. Yeah, this one is like a braid, the one that I have now. So where did the idea of having good hair come from? It happened during the slave trade period, when Africans were taught to look European was to look beautiful. And even after that, taking the example of the French colonial policy of assimilation, where the Africans were told to learn how to speak the French language and adopt the French culture. And of course, this entailed how they look like, even from their hair.
From their hair. I don't think
So it's not only the French, it's also the British colonialists, the German colonialists, etc. They thought this is the mentality they showed the Africans. So that's the time women in Africa realized, oh no, we have bad hair, we need to change all this.
Mais c'est pas qu'en Afrique, aux États-Unis, c'est un vrai problème, les cheveux, good hair, bad hair.
Exactly. So that's the time they realized there was bad hair. And then what happened after that? The invention of chemical relaxer. The first one is believed to have been invented by Garrett Morgan. And then the hot comb also was also invented, which straightened the all of a sudden bad hair in order to be beautiful. And the practice spread all over the continent. So this mentality was consciously and subconsciously passed from generation to generation. And it plagues most Africans till date, not only on the African continent. So, and speaking at a personal level, when I was in primary school, I was a young girl. I think I was, I don't know, I've forgotten the age, but I think I was around 10 years old. I kept pressurizing my mom, Mommy, I want to have straightened hair. I want to have a perm. But I didn't know what it entailed. It's painful. That's the thing. It's very painful. And you know, these kind of processes just weaken the hair. It just weakens the hair.
Some of these products are also enhancers to contracting cancer, you know. Cancer of the skin cancer and all that.
Yeah, so exactly. So, but the recent years, thank God, there's a comeback of the black natural hairstyle, widely referred to as natural hair movement, team natural, naturalistas, having nappy hair. So it's coming back, but why the sudden comeback? So of course it includes what we've already talked about, it just to avoid the harshness of these chemical relaxers and a desire to lead a healthier and more active lifestyle as well.
When you talk about hair, I think if there is anybody who has originality and various ways of just inventing how hair should be worn, it's Africans.
Yes, it's very African. Yes, and thanks to some African Americans who are embracing their natural hair, which is inspiring. For example, we have Solange Knowles, sister to Beyonce Knowles. We have Janelle Monáe, as you can see there on your screens. Lupita Nyong'o, we've just talked about her. We have here in Africanews Nakwo Kwabla, whom you're going to just see right after this. We have Natalie Wakam, who is also here, who's also been here. So these personalities, they have inspired so many, like me, including me, to embrace their natural identity.
Plus que ce qui est bien avec ce mouvement, je pense que c'est le fait qu'elles ne veulent pas se conformer. Et elles veulent montrer qu'il n'y a pas une façon d'être belle, mais plusieurs façons d'être belle. Un peu comme Alicia Keys, qui ne veut pas porter de maquillage. C'est un choix, en fait.
Talking about the no makeup movement again, that we'll also be talking about in our upcoming editions of This Is Culture.
We've run out of time, unfortunately.